As kids head back to school, parents are facing the familiar rush of busy mornings and packed schedules. But with rising grocery costs, keeping those school day meals healthy and affordable can be a challenge. Our Cassidy Fury is live in the studio to tell us what one local dietitian is saying about healthy and affordable meals. Cassidy.
Thanks, Phyllis. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, a healthy back-to-school diet helps children focus, learn, and maintain energy. A lack of a balanced diet or skipping a meal can lead to poor academic performance. The CDC says, I spoke with a registered dietitian at WVU Medicine, Camden Clark, to learn more about what kids should be consuming for a successful school year.
Back to School, Real Life Ready, helpful answers for busy families, sponsored by Holtz Homes and Overhead Door of the Mid-Ohio Valley.
The back-to-school season brings a rush of daily tasks, and for many parents, the battle of the kitchen is just the beginning. Camden Clark outpatient registered dietitian McKenna Murphy says the first step to success is realizing you do not have to break the bank to feed your family well.
Food's expensive, and back-to-school supplies are expensive. So you're also going to have to deal with longer commutes when you're taking kids to daycare or sporting events in school. So a big game changer for families is learning how to make a budget-friendly meal plan, and that could really help with increasing healthy choices in the lifestyle.
Murphy says starting the morning with protein and fiber keeps kids full and focused. If you're pinched for time, prepping overnight oats or egg casseroles the night before is a great way to save your sanity. For lunch boxes, she recommends buying inexpensive, compartmentalized containers to easily portion out budget staples like canned tuna, hard-boiled eggs, and fresh carrots.
Tuna fish, canned or frozen fruits and vegetables, and think about how much money you spend on disposable water bottles a year. So if you have a little bit more of an upfront cost availability and you want to invest in a reusable water bottle, that could be a really big game changer that could save a lot of money throughout the year.
To feed a busy family on a weeknight, Murphy advises leaning on sheet pan recipes or slow cookers to get warm, nutritious meals on the table in under 30 minutes. But above all, she says the most important ingredient to a healthier school year doesn't cost a thing.
Always create a healthy, positive food environment for your child.
For parents with picky eaters, Murphy says just keep trying. She says trying different ways to cook or present foods they might be scared to try will expand their interests. Reporting from Parkersburg, I'm Cassidy Fury with WTAP News.
Murphy says portion sizes also play a key role in a healthy diet, as well as hidden sugar you might not know to look for. Checking and understanding nutrition labels will help you feel confident in what you're feeding your family. Murphy says small, simple changes like that can lead to major savings and healthier habits all year long. Thank you, Phyllis. Back to you.
Cassidy Fury reporting live in the studio. Cassidy, thank you.